Finally. Hello. Can everyone just come in here? Can everyone just come in here? Everyone come in here. Just share this across that. Share this across that link. Finally, we are live. Finally, we are live, man. Finally. Let everyone join here. Then we'll get started. सब उस कमेंट पे उस पे कमेंट कर दो. लेट नहीं. It's not late, यार. So fed up with this internet stream. No, I was. Yeah, it's the longest outage. Actually, we are also facing a lot of problems. We don't have WhatsApp, so we cannot communicate. It's very tough to communicate over phone. You can just check out. Please share this. आ गए हम लोग सब आ गए बट उस वहाँ 240 जन थे सबको इधर बुला सबको इधर बुला लो लाइक कर दो स्ट्रीम को everyone come here यार बेकार टाइम वेस्ट हो That's a free wastage of half an hour without teaching. बैठा ही था ऐसे ही बैठा हूँ just sitting like this nothing else. Let's wait. There are 200 people. Let everyone come in here. Just imagine without internet how's life. It's so bad, right? Without internet, like we're so habituated to internet that it is kind of very devastating. भाई ग्रुप से व्हाट्सएप पे कहाँ शेयर करें आई शेयर इट ऑन माई एंड you can share it on your end. Okay, fine, cool. So till everyone joins in, let's quickly wrap up with the introduction part. Okay, so my name is Raj Vikramaditya. If you don't know me, I'm known as striver in the programming community. I'm a competitive programming programmer by nature. Currently I'm working as a software engineer, and I'm a candidate master at Code Forces, a 6-star at Code Chef. I also have a couple of years of teaching experience, and I also run a YouTube channel which has around 1 lakh plus subscribers. And yes, all the subscribers that I've gained are majorly via teaching and all those content. And the subjects that I majorly take are competitive programming, data structure algorithms, C++, interview preparation. And if you're willing to take anything on Unacademy in future, present, past, make sure to use the coupon code striver in order to get the 10% extra discount. If you want to know where do I work and every other stuff, you can just Google my name. You'll get to know about me, everything. Okay, so going forward, let me just tell you about this Relevel. So Relevel is one of the other products by Unacademy. Now this product is a free product, so promotion should not be affecting you. It's a free product. Now a lot of times what happens is you don't get opportunities off campus, right? And a lot of people do not have degrees. A lot of people do not have 60% in class 12. A lot of you do not have 7 CGPA. So Relevel is a platform for everyone, only if you have talent. Okay, so if you have talent and your resume stands out from everyone else, I'm not talking about just degrees and all. If you have talent and your resume is standing out, you can definitely try out Relevel. Now Relevel has 50-60 companies. Got it? Now what is Relevel? It's India's first test hiring platform. Okay, over there you will get around 50 plus startups: Cred, Razorpay, Urban Clap, 1MG, Code Nation, Yellow Messenger and Bharti के startups हैं. 15, 20 LPA, 10 LPA, 25 LPA, all kind of jobs are there, and there are 1,000 plus job openings. Now what you need to do is you just need to give the test, and once you give the test you'll be given a Relevel score, and using that Relevel score you can apply to all the companies on their platform. Now registering is very easy. You just need to have your phone number, you can sign up, and once you sign up, you give the test, you get the score, then you can apply for all these Zoom, Web Engage, Upgrad, Grow, Urban Company वगैरह वगैरह कर सकते हो. Now specifically 3 kinds of jobs are there: business development, front end development, back end development. Okay, and you can just go to Relevel and book your slots. It's absolutely free. And once you give your test, you can also create a video resume by which you can apply to all the companies that are available. So go and check out Relevel. The links are in the description. And if you haven't joined the Telegram group of this particular community, it's in the description. Make sure you join that. And also, if you are new to the channel, do consider giving a subscribe and like the stream. Share this as much as you can. Okay? Okay? ठीक है. यहाँ पे वहां पे 250 थे, यहाँ पे 180 क्यों आ रहे हैं? सबको पता नहीं चला क्या? Okay, so now we'll start off with the main part, which is teaching. With the main part, which is teaching, definitely. आधे वहीं बैठे हैं. हाँ, उधर उधर से बुला यार, फिर बोलेंगे भैया वापस रिपीट करो उधर से. Is that link private or what is happening? Like, is that link private? Is that link private? और वो लिंक क्या है, मतलब क्या सीन है उस लिंक का? वो लिंक प्राइवेट हो गया क्या? दोबारा कुछ नहीं होगा, दोबारा कुछ नहीं होगा. टेलीग्राम ग्रुप यूज करो, टेलीग्राम ग्रुप यूज करो. वी कैन डिस्कस ओवर देयर. आई हैव अ टेलीग्राम ग्रुप व्हिच गोज बाय द नेम टेक यू फॉरवर्ड. You can join there, and then over there you can discuss. Like everyone discusses over there. It's an open group. You can join there. ठीक है. Okay, cool. It's still public. Okay, okay, okay. Private हो गया. हाँ, प्राइवेट शो कर रहा है ना. ठीक है, ठीक है. उधर बहुत जनता. ठीक है, बंद हो गई ना. ठीक है, ठीक है. शुरू करते हैं, शुरू करते हैं. So what are we going to learn today? Yes, what are we going to learn today? So today's class, like the other day we did learn about something which was breadth first search, right? So the major focus of today's class will be generic breadth first search problems. The most common problem that is asked in all the interviews is rotten oranges. And once you have done rotten oranges, I will show you a variety of problem that is known as the maze problem from lead code. Okay, the maze or whatever you're gonna call it. So let's try out the problem which is known as rotten oranges. Okay, so let's give it a try. Rotten oranges. What does the problem state? Let's see. Okay, this is the problem. You can just go through this problem once. I'll highly recommend please go through this problem once, and then probably I can just tell you how to just quickly go through this problem once, quickly, super quick. Can you just go through this problem? Yeah, WhatsApp is rotten, man. What can I do? The WhatsApp, due to WhatsApp, we had such a delay in stream today. Like, I was super ready. Please read the problem, rotten oranges. Okay, so everyone has read the question. Yeah, for if you have done this question, it's okay. It's okay. You can try the next question. That is the maze. You can try this question if you have done this. It's known as the maze question. You can try lead code 490. Okay, rotten oranges. Let's understand the problem at first. Yes, let's understand the problem at first. What does rotten oranges mean? Now, basically, what they will tell you is they will give you a rotten orange. So assume this is the rotten orange. Okay, so they've given you a rotten orange. So at first they will give you a n cross m matrix. N cross m matrix. So this is a 3 cross 3 matrix that is given to you, right? In this matrix there will be a set of oranges. Yes, in this matrix there will be a set of oranges. Now what kind of oranges will be there? There will be a empty orange, there will be a fresh orange, there will be a rotten orange. Okay, so over here you can see this is the rotten orange, this is a fresh, 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 and these are empty cells. So you'll be given a matrix where you will have all these set of elements. Yes, you will have all these set of elements. Now I cannot do a recap. I cannot do a recap. इसका जवाब दो भैया, क्या क्या जवाब देना है भाई? पढ़ लो फिर कर लेंगे. पढ़ लो, पहले पढ़ाई कर लो प्लीज, पढ़ाई कर लो पहले. Okay, so coming across, the question states there might be multiple rotten oranges. It's not that there will be only one rotten orange. In this example, there is a one rotten orange. So let's understand. So they're asking how much time, yes, what's the minimum time in which all oranges will be rotten? All oranges will be rotten. Now, what does rotting means? What's the definition of rotting? If there is an orange, it rottens its top guy, its left right guy, its down guy, it's this guy. It will not rotten a diagonal orange. If there is a rotten orange, it will rotten the guy on the right, the guy on the top, the guy on the left, the guy on the down. Okay, so for an example, if this is a rotten orange, in 1 second, I repeat, in 1 second it will rotten this guy and this guy, because on the top there is no one, on the left there is no one. So in 1 second, yes, in 1 second I can say this will be rotted and this will be rotted. Remember, so there will be two oranges that will be rotted. Perfect. Now in the second interval, what will happen? This guy will rotten this guy and this guy. Similarly, this guy will rotten this and this, but this is already rotten, and this guy would have already rotten this. So I will say in time 2, remember, in the second, in 2 seconds, this guy and this guy will rotten together. So when this guy rottens this guy will also rotten this guy together. BFS, एक साथ rotten करेगा. So I can say in the next step, these guys will be rotten. So time 1, time 2 is done. Let's think of time 3. So when you go to time 3, what happens is this guy rottens this guy. Okay, because above this is rotten, there is no one, and this is already rotten. So only one guy was not rotten, so this guy will be rotten. So in time 3, this guy is rotten. What will happen in time 4? Time 4, you are here. So these guys do not have any adjacent guys. So in time 4, this guy will rotten this guy. Hence, a rotting will happen, and this is the time 4. So I can say in total, you required 4 seconds to rotten the entire n cross m matrix. Got it? कौन सी वीडियो भाई? वीडियो की लिंक नहीं आती है. इफ यू सेंड अ लिंक इट विल नॉट कम. अरे जिसको जो बोलना है बोलने दो. आप लोग पढ़ाई करो. ना बकवास का टाइम मत वेस्ट किया करो. See, I'll be very honest. If you don't study, मेरा कुछ नहीं होगा, किसी का कुछ नहीं होगा. We are already settled. We already earn a lot. हमें कुछ नहीं होगा. आप अगर पढ़ाई नहीं करके सब बेकार चीज़ों में पढ़ोगे तो your time waste. Got it? So instead of that, study. जो पढ़ा रहा है उससे पढ़ो. That is what I'll say. Assume this is a orange. Okay. Assume this is a orange. 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 Now I will say that initially 2 oranges are rotten. This is one of the oranges which is initially rotten, and this is one of the oranges which is initially rotten. So I will say initially at time equal to 0, this is the rotten state. At time equal to 0, this is the rotten state. Now what I can say is, let's start rotting. So at first, at time 0, these two are rotten, so they will rotten their adjacent guys. So this guy will rotten this guy, this guy will rotten this guy, and this guy. So at time 1, this guy will rotten this guy will rotten this and this. So at time 1, they would have rotten 3 more oranges. At time 2, what will happen? At time 2, they do not have adjacent elements, but this guy still has an adjacent element. So at time 2, it will rotten the adjacent element, and the moment it's rotten, I can say all the oranges in the n cross m matrix is rotten. Hence, the total time required is 2 seconds. And the question clearly states that you have to tell me which is the minimum time required to rotten all oranges. Have you understood the question? Have you understood the question? फटाफट बोल दो अगर क्वेश्चन समझ में आ गया तो. Have you understood the question, everyone? Have you understood the question? Yes, yes, लिख दो सब. Everyone should write me a UQ. Remember, in my classes, if I ask understood the question, you should write UQ. Okay, UQ. For people who haven't understood the question, who have joined late, I know. Please read this question. Rotting of oranges or whatever. 994 lead code. Okay, UQ. Okay, that is what you will always write. Okay, perfect. Amazing, guys, amazing. So let's now think of how will you solve this problem. Okay, everyone has understood. Okay, okay. So how will you solve this problem? We know the problem, right? Now, how will you approach this problem? What we can see is, if there are multiple guys at every junction, they are attacking some adjacent people. They are just rottening them. So why can't we use a BFS? How does the intuition of BFS comes in? Because we are very smart. Like, we guys are very smart. We know BFS is something जो साथ में चलता है. You remember yesterday? एक साथ चलेगा. It will go in same. We cannot use DFS. Why? Because DFS will go पूरा अंदर चला जाएगा. But we don't want that. We don't want that, do we? We want at a single time interval, a lot of oranges can be rotten. But in DFS, what will happen is it will go down, फिर आएगा, फिर जाएगा. So it will be wrong. For an example, why DFS will wrong, I'll give you an example. If you have something like this, and you have this orange which is rotten, and these oranges, okay. So what DFS will do is, in the first second, DFS will only rotten this guy. In that second, DFS will rotten this guy. In the third, it might rotten this. In fourth, this. In fifth, this. DFS का मतलब क्या? अंदर घुसेगा, पूरा घुसेगा. याद है कल का दिन? पूरा अंदर. So DFS cannot be used because we don't want कि it should go on a roll. I want it should go parallelly. Yes, I want it should go parallelly. What does parallelly means? I want that. Hey, listen. Time 1 parallel. Time 2 all the parallels. Time 3 all the parallels. So it should have taken 3 seconds. So have you understood why a BFS and why not a DFS? UQ? UQ? Has everyone understood this? Today I'll not be replying to spam comments. A lot of people unnecessarily spam, so I'll not be replying them. Please, why will I explain by making graph if this is a matrix question? Why will I explain? And stop spamming, dude. Once let me just WhatsApp नहीं चला, नहीं तो मैं भी ये लगा देता, टाइमर लगा देता. 30 seconds का डिले कर देंगे, अच्छा लगेगा. मतलब जबरदस्ती डाउट्स आप लोग पूछते, पता है. If this is a matrix problem, why will you make it a graph? It's an overhead, right? If you're converting a matrix to a graph, it's an overhead. Don't do that. We will see that in DSU. When I'll teach you how to convert a matrix to a graph. If it's not required in a BFS, like in matrix problems, why are you wanting to do that, right? Okay, so it's not a graph question. BFS can be applied in a lot of other ways. BFS, this is the moment you need to understand. See, whenever I teach you an algorithm, it's not limited to a particular thing, right? If I'm teaching BFS, which is derived from graphs, BFS can also be implemented in other sections. Probably we matrix, probably we saw an array problem yesterday. It can be implemented. The main core of BFS is एक साथ चलना, एक साथ चलेंगे. That is the main core of BFS. That can be applied in array problems. I did an array problem yesterday. Today I'm doing a matrix problem. It can be applied in different directions. You need to understand this. Got it? Okay, so how will you solve this problem? Let's take the let's take this example and see how will you solve this problem. So I'm taking 2 rotting oranges. So assume 2 2 is rottening. So I'm taking 2 rotting oranges and fresh oranges to be this, and all other zeros. 2 is rotting oranges or whatever you want to call it. So what you will do is, as BFS, you will take a queue data structure. Okay, you'll take a queue data structure, and just to be sure enough, let's have a queue data structure like this. You will take a queue data structure where you will store the node. Yes, you will store the node, and along with that you will store what? The time. Yes, along with that you will store the time. So initially, can I say initially, you have 0 comma 0 at 0 seconds, 0 comma 0 at 0 seconds, as well as 2 comma 1 at 0 second. Why? Because 0 comma 0 is this, which is at 2 second, and that's rotted, and there is one more which is this guy, which is rotted. Remember this? Yaad rahega? So both of them are rotten. So please make sure you take them as rotten. Perfect. So this is what the initial starting configuration will be. This is what the initial starting configuration will be. Now what you will do is, in BFS, you take a guy out. You take a guy out. So what you will do is, you will basically take this first element out. At the moment you take this element out, what will happen is, you have a 0 0, right? Now you will see, does it have a top? No. Does it have a right? Yes. Is that a fresh orange? Is that a fresh orange? Yes. Let's rotten it. So you will rotten it. The moment you have rotted it, what you will do is, you will take this guy and say 0 comma 1 comma. Yes, you will take that guy 0 comma 1 comma in 1 second. In 1 second. Okay. So you rotten that. Is there someone on the bottom? Yes. But that is someone who is not an orange. So no need to rotten. Is there someone on the left? No. So what I've done is, I have made sure for the 0 comma 0 guy, all the adjacent elements have been rotten. All the adjacent elements have been rotten. Perfect. Next, you'll take this guy out. So take 2 1 0 out. So 2 1. Next you get this portion. Does it have a top? Yes. Let's rotten it. The moment you have rotted it, you can take it and put it over here, like 1 comma 1 comma. In the time, what is the time? This guy took 0 seconds. This guy took 0 seconds. So the next interval will take 1 second. Does it have a right? Yes. So rotten it and put it onto the queue. 2 comma 2 comma 1. Does it have a left? Yes. But it's a 0. But it's a 0. So you'll not do anything. Does it have a down? No. So what I've said, what I've done is, all the adjacent nodes, top, right, left, bottom, you have rotten everyone. So what you will do is, you will specifically just erase this, and you have rotten everyone, right? Next time you will take the next element out, which is 0 comma 1, and it's a 1 second that you have taken. 1 second. So 0 comma 1. Where is 0 comma 1? This is the 0 comma 1. Does it have a top? No. Does it have a right? Yes. So please rotten it. The moment you rotten it, it will be 0 comma 2. How much time will you take? It's 1 second previously. Now 1 more second will be added. So add that 1 more second. Done. Does it have a bottom? Top is done. This done. Does it have a bottom? Yes, this guy does have a bottom, but that's already rotten. This guy is already rotten. Does it have a left? Yes, but that's already rotten. So no need to rotten it. Perfect. So I can again say that for this guy, my job is done. Next, I will take 1 comma 1 comma 1. So 1 comma 1 comma 1. Again, this is guy. Does it have a top? It's already rotten. Does it have a right? It's not an orange. Does it have a down? Yes, already rotten. Does it have a left? Yes, but not an orange. So I can say for this guy, I have done my job. Perfect. Next, 2 comma 2. So 2 comma 2, 1 second. Over here, when you are at 2 comma 2, where's 2 comma 2 comma 2? This guy does not have here, does not have here, does not have here, does not have here. So this is also done. And similarly, the last element 0 comma 2 comma 2. 0 comma 2 is which? 0 2. No, 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 no. Done. So you ended up, yes, you ended up. Now the queue has become empty. And if the queue has become empty, it means there are no further, yes, there are no further rotten oranges. And if there are no further rotten oranges, can I say that the maximum time that you saw in your in your performance was 2 seconds. So can I say the minimum, like that will be the minimum time which you require to rotten all the oranges. Have you understood this? Has everyone understood this? Has everyone understood this? I've told why DFS fails. I've told you in the first half. Has everyone understood this? Clear हुआ? Clear? Everyone? Amazing, amazing, amazing. Super, super. Okay, so what if there is still this, please read this question. Written the minimum number of minutes that must elapse until no cell has a fresh orange. If this is impossible, written -1. If this is impossible, written -1. What does that mean? What does that statement means? Let's understand that statement. When there will be, can you tell me when will there be an impossible case? When can you not rotten all oranges? Can you tell me which is the impossible case? Can I tell you which is the impossible case? बता सकते हो? Which is the impossible case? Now we have solved a case where okay we did. How will you solve the impossible case? That's the question. Can you tell me कैसे करोगे? ये जावा और ये जो लोग सी प्लस प्लस पे रोते हैं ना वो लोग छोड़ दो. जो लोग ये जावा सी प्लस प्लस पे रोते हो, लीव कोडिंग. Leave coding. Coding is not about C++ Java. It's about logic, man. It's about logic. If you understand, then it's fine. You're still crying over languages, you can never get into all these. You cannot succeed in your life if you're crying over languages. All rotten, yes. Yes. So after the queue is empty, like for an example, if it was something like this, okay, if it was something like this where I have a rotten, this is fresh, this is fresh, uh this is having no oranges, no oranges, no oranges, orange, 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 no orange, no orange. So this guy will rotten this, but these guys will stay unrotten. So at the end of the day, at the end, so what is end? When the queue is empty. What is end? When the queue is empty, right? And if the queue is empty, after that, if your matrix has someone as 1, that means it is impossible. Or you can do the other way around. Whenever you're inserting into the queue, why don't you keep a count? First time you inserted someone, so count 1. Next time someone, count 2. Next time someone, count 3. Next time someone, count 4. Next time someone, count 5. Next time someone, count 6. So in total there are six guys. So can I say, if this 6 is equivalent to n into m minus the empty cells, then I can say all the guys have been rotten. If the number of elements, I repeat, if the number of elements that went into the queue, which is 6 in this case, if that's equivalent to number of non-zero cells initially, can I say, in short, if number of elements that went into the queue, if the number of elements that went into the queue is equivalent to n cross m, which is total, minus empty cells, can I say then it's okay? And if it's not equal, then can I say it's impossible? Do you agree? Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? Do you agree with me? Agree करते हो? Do you agree with me? Got it? Has everyone got this? Has everyone got this? क्योंकि उतने ही ऑरेंजेस क्यू में जाएंगे जितने रॉटन होंगे, राइट? गॉट इट एवरीवन? यू क्यू, राइट? ओके, परफेक्ट परफेक्ट परफेक्ट. How to count empty cells? It's very simple. The element which were initially marked as 0, the element which were initially marked as 0, you can easily count the empty cells. Initially, if you keep a counter plus plus, and if this is equivalent to this, then you can say, right? That means all the oranges have not been rotten. As simple as that, right? So can we code? Can we code? If you have doubt, you can now tell me. मेज वाला लीड कोड प्रीमियम है. हाँ, इट्स अ लीड कोड प्रीमियम. डीएफएस नहीं चलेगा यार, डीएफएस नहीं चलेगा. रॉटन ऑरेंजेस पे डीएफएस पे बहुत ज्यादा कॉम्प्लिकेट हो जाएगा. नो नीड टू कॉम्प्लिकेट. रॉटन ऑरेंजेस is BFS, so yeah, you can do BFS, it's okay. Okay, perfect. Prerequisite for these classes, I've told you. What's UQ? Someone tell him what is UQ. Okay, let's code this now. प्रखर डिड नॉट अंडरस्टैंड n इंटू एम माइनस नॉन एम्प्टी. प्रखर हिंदी में बोलता हूँ, स्टार्ट जब शुरुआत किया था तो जीरो को छोड़ के जो ऑरेंजेस है वो क्या है, इधर रॉटन है या फिर फ्रेश है कि नहीं? तो n इंटू एम माइनस एम्प्टी का मतलब क्या है? n इंटू एम माइनस एम्प्टी का मतलब क्या है? रॉटन प्लस फ्रेश. तो अगर एट द एंड ऑफ द डे उतने ऑरेंजेस क्यू में गए तो उतने ही तो रॉटन हुए होंगे ना. इसका मतलब सारे हो गए हैं. ओके, पहला तरीका आकृति बहुत सिंपल है. पहला तरीका वाज आकृति, इट्स वेरी सिंपल. पहला तरीका इज वेरी सिंपल. when you have rotted everyone, like when you have rotted everyone at the end of the day, if like you have rotted everyone, so if there is one left, अगर कोई भी one है तो impossible है, क्योंकि after you have rotted everyone, it either has to be 0 or 2. That's the first way. That's a brute force. That's a brute force. Where after rotting everyone, after doing BFS, you check whether there is a one in the entire cell or not. That means someone is still left out to be rotten. Okay. The other way is पहले से गिन के रखो यार कितने बंदे थे ऑरेंज, क्या सारे ऑरेंज हुए, गिन के रख लो. ओके, सिंपल लूप से कर लो अगर हो जाएगा. मैंने मना थोड़ी किया. पता नहीं चल क्यों नहीं रहे. Okay, now we'll try to code this. Okay, so let's see what's the function signature over here. You can also code it over here. Yeah, let's code it over here only. Okay, so rotten is given to you. So basically I can say n is grid dot size, m is वैसे कौन मैच जीता, CSK या DC? 7 runs needed in 7 balls. Amazing. Grid 0 dot size. Next, what can you do? I know that I need a queue, and probably you can create a struct. Like I'm generally a struct person, so I always create a struct kind of a thing. Struct node. Like I keep it as x comma y comma time, and then I can keep a constructor int underscore x int. If you don't know this, it's very simple. It's very simple if you don't know this. And I can write x equal to underscore x, y equal to underscore y, and time equal to underscore time. Okay, that's what you can easily keep it. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll say q node q, and I can easily say q dot, like I just need to push the rotten oranges, right? Push the rotten oranges. Why not are you suing classes? क्या बोल रहा है भाई? What are you saying? Why are you not suing classes? क्या है? Push the rotten oranges. So what you will do is you have to push the rotten oranges. So you can just go across the normal stuff, normal matrix. Don't worry, I code very fast. So yeah, it'll be super fast. So I'll just go across everything, and I'll say if the grid of ij is equal to 2, then it's a rotten orange. Remember this. If it's equal to 2, then it's a rotten orange. So I can say, hey Q, can you push the rotten orange? And the rotten orange is I comma j comma time 0. Please push it. Okay, and at the same time, I'll keep a count of the non-empty cells, or I can keep a count of the rotten cells. Count oranges. Probably I can keep it like this. I can keep something like count oranges. And what I'll do is, if grid of ij is not equal to 0, so you can probably count oranges. How many oranges are there? You can simply do it over there. Okay, so this is what you can easily do, right? And right after that, you need to iterate on the queue. So let's iterate on the queue. So everyone is inserted. Now it's time to iterate on the queue. Let's get int the coordinates equal to q dot front dot x, int y equal to q dot front dot y, and you can say int time taken will be q dot front dot time, right? And right after that, what you can do is you need to go in 4 directions. Yes, you need to go in 4 directions. So guys, I'll teach you a technique. Yes, Struct is basically making of node. So why are you not using class? No, I don't prefer classes. In Java, I prefer classes, not over here. Okay, so q.pop after this. Right after that, you have to go to 4 directions. So I'll teach you a technique today. Please remember this technique forever. Like, I'll teach you a technique. So generally, how do you go? Like, if you are at x comma y, how will you go to topward direction? Yes, how will you go to topward direction? That's x minus 1 y. On the right, it's x comma y plus 1. On the bottom, it's x plus 1 comma y. Over here, it's x comma y minus 1. So generally people write it like this. They write minus 1 once, then they write like this, then they write like this, then they write like this. Is this the way that you will do if you are checking for upward, rightward, leftward, downward? Is that the way that you do? Is that the way that you do? So instead of doing that, what you will do is you will say, अच्छा पहला बार -1 और +0 किया, कोई बात नहीं, चलो -1 + 0. So I will keep -1 + 0. Okay. Next time I'm doing a +0, +1. Okay, keep it. Next time I see that I'm doing a +1, +0. Okay, कोई बात नहीं, सही. Next time I'm saying I'm doing a +0, -1. So what I've done is I've said, this is what I have. This is what I have. Why don't I iterate on them? So what I'll do is I will say, hey dx, I'll create an array and I'll say -1 +0 +1 +0, and I'll create a dy where I'll write all these guys 0 1 0 -1. Now can I run a loop instead of writing 4 different ifs? Can I run something like this where I say int index equal to 0, index lesser than 4, index plus plus, and can I write something like this? New x is x plus dx of index, new y is equal to y plus dy of index. So I don't have to write 4 different times. A loop will do this. Do you understand this? Has everyone understood this? I also taught you this in recursion classes, if you have attended my recursion classes. Have you understood this? Instead of writing 4 times, I repeat, instead of writing 4 times, एक बार ये, instead of that, I told you a simple way. Yes, I told you a simple way of writing a for loop which will do that. Clear है सबको? Clear है? I wrote a for loop which will do that for you. Okay, so got it everyone? Please explain the code. नहीं आया समझ में? अरे देखो, बहुत इजी है. तुम कैसे लिखते? तुम बोलते top is basically x minus 1 comma y, right? Instead of that, what I've done is I'll write it myself. I've written something like dx, something like that will be -1 0 +1 0, and I'll write dy, and I'll say +0, सबको आ गया ना, ठीक है, +0 1 0 -1, yeah, that's what I've done. Now what I'll say is, instead of writing 4 different times, I will let index equal to 0, index lesser than 4, index plus plus, and I'll write new x equal to whatever x is plus dx of index, yes, plus dx plus index, and new y is equal to y plus dy of index. And what I'll say is, if new x is inside the boundary, it's very important. अगर तुम कहीं खड़े हो, वो boundary में होना चाहिए. So in order to be inside the boundary, it should be greater than 0, right? Should be lesser than definitely lesser than n, and similarly with new y should be less greater than equal to 0. Similarly, new y should be lesser than m, right? That's the case. At the same time, it should not be, yes, at the same time, on the grid of new x comma new y, right, on the grid new x and new y, it should be equal to 1. Then only I can rotten it, right? Chalo, Delhi jeet gaya bhai. Delhi won 2 balls remaining. So what I can say is, if that is the case, new x new y plus equal to 1, sorry, equal to 2, rotten it. And while you're rotting it, you can say q dot push node new x comma new y, time will increase by +1. Okay, and you can probably keep the time answer equal to 0, and probably whenever you have an answer equal to max of answer comma whatever time you come across. Okay, perfect. So you have pushed this, right? And also make sure you count, int count. So how many oranges are you rotting? You need to count it also, right? So count plus plus. If at the end of the day, yes, I repeat, if at the end of the day, if count is equal to the count of oranges, you can say return answer, or else you return -1. That's how you can definitely code this. I'm not sure if this will run. Like एक बार में चल गया तो बहुत अच्छा बात है. Syntax free code, तालियां. बस एक बार में चल जाए. Oh, I hope you होना चाहिए in the chat, isn't it? I wrote it once syntax free and it ran at once. मैं पूरा कोड समझा देता हूँ, but yeah, I wrote it once. इसके लिए तो ओपी बनता है यार. Amazing man. Very good, very good. जिनको ज्यादा दिक्कत हो रहा है रिवाइंड कर सकते हो. Like there's an option to rewind, right? There's an option to rewind if you have a lot of problem. Okay, so you have to be so perfect in your classes. Like not classes, if you're giving an interview, you have to be so perfect that whatever you write is syntax free and is accepted without missing any edge cases. Okay, got it? Cool. This is very important for Amazon. This is very important for Amazon. So choose array lead code के time पे. और एक चीज यार, remember guys, don't focus on lead code time. See, run 15 minutes faster ना. Don't focus on this. ये scam है. ये कभी कभी 2 मिलीसेकंड दिखाता है, कभी कभी 15 मिलीसेकंड, कभी 2. और देखना सेम कोड मारूंगा 15 में नहीं दिखाएगा. देखना सेम कोड I'll submit, it will not show you 15. देखा सेम कोड देखो. Scam है, scam. Lead code का runtime is a scam. Did you see this? Lead code's runtime is a scam. ये देखो फिर से मारूंगा सेम कोड, देख लो. 12. लो I again hit 12. It's a scam. Okay, lead code's runtime is a scam. Don't believe that. Don't get happy if you see faster than so much. Don't get happy. It's a scam. Okay, full code. Let's understand the full code. Okay, let's understand the full code. So what did we do? We created a node so that in our queue we can store x, y and the time. we don't want to store something like a pair of and all those things. I created a struct which stores x, y and time. Okay. Next, what I did was n m. I took an n and I took an m basically to get the number of rows and columns. Next, I got all the rotten oranges. Yes, I got all the rotten oranges and I said क्यू में घुस, चल घुस क्यू में, एंड तेरा टाइम 0 है, घुस जा. मल्टी सोर्स बीएफएस बहुत जगह से शुरू हो रहा है वो बीएफएस. इट्स स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम मल्टीपल प्लेसेस, सो दिस इज नोन एज मल्टी सोर्स. There might be couple of rotten oranges, there might be three rotten oranges, right? Okay, cool. So, and I'm making sure how many oranges are there, be it rotten, be it fresh. Count the number of oranges. After that, I just take up, जैसे क्यू से निकालने के बाद चारों डायरेक्शन में गया. I move in the 4 directions, and what I do is I get the upper coordinate, this coordinate, sorry, upper this and this coordinate. I just get all the coordinates and I check if it's inside the boundary, and I also check if that's a fresh orange. If it's a fresh orange, please rotten it and please push it back into the queue. Okay. And at the end of the day, if that count is equivalent to the initial oranges, that means everyone has been rotted. Hence you can return. And if that's not, then you return -1. UQ. Have you understood this? You can use Rishabh. Remember, in interviews, always use a struct. If the interviewer says nahi pair use karo tabhi karna, otherwise in interviews it should be a struct. Why? It's a readable code. Now see, you can easily read na. Whenever I write .x, अच्छा x निकाल रहा है, अच्छा y निकाल रहा है, अच्छा time निकाल रहा है. If you write first dot second, how will I understand what are you taking out? Is it a readable code? No. This code is readable. Try to write readable code in your interviews. Okay. EQ for everyone. So what's the time complexity? Can I tell you what's the time complexity? And n into m here and n into m here. Sorry, n into m here, and the queue is running. So the queue will run for how many oranges? At max there might be n into m oranges. At max there might be, like, this is for the normal one, and the queue is running for n into m times. Why? Because at max the number of oranges, at max, can everyone be an orange? Yes, the number of oranges at max will be n into m, and you're running a 4 direction. So that's the time complexity. Clear? Again, why not class? See, it's on you. I prefer classes in something like Java, but I don't prefer classes, and I'm not a huge fan of classes in C++. That's why I write struct. And this is the worst case. Or if you're wanting to make it very sure, you can write n into m minus empty cells. Like someone said that. I think Shivam said that. Perfect. Is the time complexity clear? Is this question clear? Shall I move to the next? Line 46 बेस केस बता दो एक बार, कौन सा वाला 46 है? ये बहुत सिंपल है ना. देखो, तुम एक जगह पे खड़े हो, ऊपर निकल गए, लेफ्ट पे बाउंड्री से ही बाहर निकल गए, तो कैसे? वो तो नहीं लेना. दिस इज कॉल्ड एज बाउंड्री चेक, because when you're moving up, it should be inside the matrix, boundary check. And then fresh orange है तभी तो rotten करोगे. पहले से rotten होगा तो करोगे क्या? अगर empty है तो करोगे नहीं ना, तो बस वही चेक किया. Okay, have you understood this? So for people who are wanting the Java code, like I'll just go over here. Like there is something known as SD sheet. Yeah, you can go over here. There's something known as SD sheet. Okay, now over here just go and search rotten. Okay, so over here you'll get the Java code. For people who are wanting the Java code, you can definitely check it out here. You can definitely go and check it out here. That's the Java code. Perfect. Clear hai? नहीं, इंटरव्यू में you can use anything. Struct, Java, you can use anything. That's okay. In interviews you can use anything. X4 क्यों सर? X4 कहाँ है? ये 4 डायरेक्शंस है, इसीलिए अब मैंने और नहीं समझाने वाला. I'll move to the next question. Let's move to the next question. So I'm assuming this is a lead code premium question. I'm assuming this is a lead code premium question. So yeah, so I'll try to keep it short. Still, please read the problem. I'm not. I know it's a lead code premium, but yeah, there's nothing to figure out. It's basically by practice you'll understand. Nothing. कोई ऐसा नहीं है कि धब्बा नहीं है कि ये माउस लॉजिटेक का है, हाँ लॉजिटेक देख के फिगर आउट करोगे, नो, ब्रेन दिमाग से हो जाएगा जितना प्रैक्टिस, द मोर यू प्रैक्टिस द मोर you'll tend to understand these things. Space complexity, I use the previous, I did not use anything apart from q. So the q at max can take n into m. Why? Because if all the oranges are rotten, the q will end up having all the oranges at a time. Hence the space complexity will be n into m, because if just in case all the oranges are rotten during the start, then the queue will have n into m oranges. Cool. Please read this. Please read the question. Okay, and next question. This is again an extension of the previous question. Let's see if you can do this. I'll go through this problem, then I'll quickly discuss. I think Amazon का बॉटल दिख रहा है, जब मैं Amazon में इंटर्न किया था तो मिला था. इसका हालत देखो, सस्ता सस्ता देते हैं, पूरा रंग पंग निकल गया. I'm not sure if this question is available on lead code. Yeah. So for everyone who is like, you can figure this question out at lean code. There's something which is known as lean code. Lean code problem 787. There's something which is known as lean code. So you can read the question here. Okay. ये वाला पढ़ लो, यहाँ पे मैंने खोल दिया, लीन कोड पे खोल दिया, क्वेश्चन पढ़ लो. Amazon नाम से डर के रहते यूट्यूबर्स. नहीं, it's nothing to be scared of. See, if you follow the rules, I don't think there will be problems. Just follow the rules and keep doing stuffs. I don't think there is a problem. There's no one who will tell you that there's a problem if you follow the rules. At least I feel that. अरे व्हाट्सएप इंस्टाग्राम खबरी 2 पॉइंट, समझ गए भाई, खबरी खबरी है तुम, ठीक है, खुश रहे. थैंक यू फॉर लाइकिंग द स्ट्रीम. Okay, let's understand the question. Have you understood the question? Can you give me a UQ? रिपोर्ट कैसे करते हैं यार ये? नहीं है समझ में क्वेश्चन? मैं समझा देता हूँ. तब तक मैं इसका ड्राइंग बना लेता हूँ, नहीं तो भाई समझाने में भी दिक्कत हो. इट्स वेरी टफ टू एक्सप्लेन विदाउट द ड्राइंग. रुको. 0 0 1 दिलो 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 दिलो. नो 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 नो. ये वाला इसका एग्जांपल है क्या? ये गलत एग्जांपल का है दिया. 0 0 1 0 0. अच्छा ठीक है, चलो मैं इसका एग्जाम मैं बता देता हूँ. Example is correct. Let me just quickly draw it. 0 0 1 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 0 1 0 1 1. There's a 0 1. There's a 1. There's a 0 0 0. Ball at Oh, this is point. The ending point is 4, 4. Okay, let's understand the question. If you haven't understood the question, let's understand the question. Okay, so basically you're given an n cross. अरे मेरे पास कुछ अरे व्हाट्सएप नहीं चल रहा है यार, मैं क्या करूं? तो मैं मैसेज करता ब्लॉक करने, व्हाट्सएप नहीं चल रहा है, वो चलने से बता देना, व्हाट्सएप जब चले मैं मैसेज कर दूंगा टू ब्लॉक दीस गाइस. Okay, let's understand. The question states they will be giving you a matrix of 1 zeros. Forget about all these shitty stuffs that they have written. They will be giving you an n cross m matrix. So if I just write down the indexes 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so they have given you a 5 cross 5 matrix. Yes, they have given you a 5 cross 5 matrix. Now, what does this mean? So this basically means that they will be giving you a starting point. So over here, the starting point is this. Okay. And the ending point, yes, the ending point is this. Now you need to tell them, yes, you need to tell them that can you reach from the starting to the ending point? You need to tell them, can you reach from the starting till the ending point? Now coming to the question, what's different? The difference is, if they're here, they're saying if you try to move down at any instance, you will never move one place down. Instead of that, जितना तक जा सकते हो, ये वन जहां तक डाउन का मतलब यहां पहुंच जाओगे. पूरा it's a ball. It will keep rolling till it doesn't hit a one. So if you are standing here and you're wanting to move left, then you will end up reaching here. You cannot stop here. If you're wanting to move right, then you'll end up reaching here. If you're wanting to move down, you will end up reaching here. So there is no way in which you can stop. It's a ball. It will keep rolling until it hits a 1 or a boundary. Got it? For an example, this guy can go here, so it will stop here. Then it will decide it will go here. Okay. Then it will decide go left. That means it will stop here. Then it will decide it will go down. That means it will stop here. Then it decides go right, that means it will stop here. Then it decides it will go down, that means it will stop here. Then it decides it should go right, it should stop here. Did you understand this? Did you understand this? Did you understand this? Did you understand this? Has everyone understood this? UQ? So you have to tell us by taking directions, can you reach from the start till the end? You have to tell us by taking directions, can you reach from the start till the end? Got it? You can, right? Abhi, what method will you use? What method will you use? That's a very critical question. What method will you use? Think and tell me. What is the method that you will use? Okay, so someone is saying, a lot of people are saying recursion. Okay, a lot of people are saying recursion. Let's understand what is the like. You can use recursion. I'm not saying you cannot. You can use recursion. Even you can use BFS. I'm a very big fan of BFS and all these kind of. I also give you a very crystal clear idea that if it's a matrix question, try to avoid recursion, because recursion uses all possibilities. Remember that. Why? Because something like recursion will go to the depth, probably not find answer, come back, again go to the depth, probably not find answer, probably again go to the depth, not find answer, again go to the depth, not find answer, and then again probably find answer here. That is how DFS works. DFS always goes to the depth, and probably he finds an answer here. So DFS will end up taking a lot of time because it explores all the paths, right? सारे path में जा रहा है. But if you would have used BFS, probably here, you find the path. So you are not exploring the entire path. So BFS every time is faster than DFS only if you leave out the worst case. BFS tends to be faster except the worst case. So that's why programmers prefer BFS in such questions. Did you understand how BFS? I'll tell you. Have you understood why a BFS is faster than DFS? Because DFS explores all paths, whereas BFS explores all paths together. जैसे आंसर मिलेगा वो रुक जाता है. Got it? Have you got it? Have you got it? Why BFS? Because we will always get the answer very quick. We'll always get the answer very quick. That's why I always try to prefer that. Okay? Yes, Devansh, you're correct. You're correct. You're absolutely correct. But what I'm saying is try to prefer it. Try to prefer it because in almost all the worst cases, BFS tends to act very very fast. ठीक है? ठीक है? आगे चलते हैं. हाँ रुको, ये खबरी 2.0 को ब्लॉक करवाते हैं, परेशान कर देता है. मैसेज कर देता हूँ, मैसेज देखे तो लिख दिया मैसेज, वो हो जाएगा अभी. मिंत्रा भी डाउन हो गया. फ्लिपकार्ट तो हुआ ही था, मिंत्रा भी गया. Okay, let's understand how will you do a BFS. Now tell me, it's very easy. It's very easy. So this is the source. So if you're moving down, will you move only by one step, or will you have to write a loop, right? Till you don't reach strike one, till you don't strike one, you have to write a loop, right? Till you don't strike one, you have to write a loop, right? So you'll get here, correct? Correct, right? So you have to run a loop. Similarly, if you're standing here, you have to run a loop, and till here, this is the guy that will get into the BFS. From here, this is the guy that will get into the BFS, and this is the guy that will get into the BFS. So the previous question, you just did -1, 0, 0 plus 1, you did a plus 1, 0, you did a 0 minus 1. That is what you did. Instead, you have to keep on doing this. Either you strike the boundary, yes, either you strike the boundary, or either you strike something which is 1. Got it? So that's the minor change that you have to do in the BFS. You have to keep on moving and get that guy who's either the boundary, like in the boundary, or right before 1. Have you got this? Have you got this? How can we modify BFS? And we can explore all the paths. And if in the BFS we end up visiting this, can I say yes, we reached? Yes, we reached. Can I say this? Do you agree? Sir, speak louder. आवाज कम हो रहा है क्या? कोई बताना, चेक कर लेता हूँ. आवाज कम हो रहा है. Have you got this? How can we modify BFS? And we can explore all the paths. आवाज तो सही आ रहा है. Have you got this? Everyone, has everyone got this? नहीं यार, ठीक है, चलो एक एग्जांपल लेके समझा देता हूँ. Let's take an example. Let's take this particular example and tell you. ठीक है? Let's take this particular example and tell you. So I'll have to just draw it very small so that I can explain you. 0 0 1 0 0. And I'll take 0 0 0 0 0 1 0. And I'll take 1 1 0 1 1. And then I'll take 0 0 0 0 0. Okay. So let's take this. बहुत जन को नहीं आया तो मैं फिर बता देता हूँ. ठीक है, मैं फिर बता देता हूँ. ठीक है, lot of you did not get it, तो मैं एक बार फिर बता देता हूँ। मैं थोड़ा सा इस माइक को भी थोड़ा मैं चेंज करता हूँ, अब सही आएगा ज़्यादा आवाज़, अब ज़्यादा आवाज़ बेटर आएगा, कोई नहीं। अभी देखो, व्हाट यू विल डू इज, व्हिच इज द स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट, द स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट इज दिस, द एंडिंग पॉइंट इज दिस। ओके, सो व्हाट यू विल डू इज, initially in the queue, yes, initially in the queue, you will take the starting point, which is apparently at the index. Initially you'll take the starting point, which is apparently 0 comma 4. Okay, that's the initial queue that you will have. Okay, so the moment you take this, please make sure you mark it as visited. Please make sure you mark it as कि हाँ अब इसमें मैं जा चुका हूँ, I've went till there. Okay, next, get this guy out and tell him, can I go left? He'll be like, yes, this is the left guy, so mark it as visited and put that left guy into the queue. Can I go down? He'll be like, yes, till here, so mark it as visited and put it into the queue. Can I go right? No. Can I go up? No. So I cannot go up, right? So I've made sure that I've visited it, right? Now you can erase it. Next, get 0 comma 3. Can you go right? No. Can you go left? No. Can you go down? Yes. Where? That's 1 comma 3. So try to go 1 comma 3 by marking it as visited. Gone. Next, take 2 comma 4. Where's 2 comma 4? This is 2 comma 4, right? From here, can you go left? No, because 2 comma 4, no left. Can you go up? Yes, you can go up. Till how much? That's the important question. Till how much? And you see that how much is this? Now we have to just read the question. You have to be very understandable while reading the question. Does it change into a wall? नहीं, ये wall में change नहीं होता है. It doesn't change into the wall. So तुम जब इधर से शुरू करोगे एंड ऊपर जाओगे तो इस बंदे तक फिर पहुंच जाओगे, right? So you'll reach this guy which is ultimately not a wall. It's not a wall, right? क्योंकि ये पहले जीरो था, तो यहाँ ये पहले यहाँ से आ चुके हो. You came from here, so you will not go there. Okay, so can you go down? No. Can you go up? No. Can you go right? No. Can you go down? No. So this guy cannot go in any direction. So this is done. Remember this. ठीक है, तुम जा रहे हो, अगर पहले वो वाला जगह जा चुके हो तो नहीं जाओगे. 1,3. Where's 1,3? This portion. Can it go up? No. Can it go right? Yes, this portion. Let's go to this portion, which is 1,4. Can it go this portion? Yes. Let's go. So in this way, you can travel, and you will see, if you are to reach here, you will reach at a position. If you are to reach here, you will reach at a position. So the moment you reach, you will say yes. नहीं देवांश, वापस नहीं जाएंगे एक जगह पे. किसी ने बोला वापस एक जगह पे नहीं जाएंगे, समझो. बॉल जा सकते हैं, लेकिन एक बात बताओ, तुम इधर से आए हो, वापस चले जाओगे तो फिर तो वही पाथ से घूमते रहोगे. जिंदगी में आंसर मिलेगा? इनफाइनाइट लूप. यू विल एंड अप गेटिंग एन इनफाइनाइट लूप. एक जगह से निकल चुका हूं. अब बताओ, तुम अगर कोलकाता से मुंबई का रास्ता खोजने जा रहे हो, लॉजिकली बताओ, कोलकाता से निकले हो, मुंबई का रास्ता खोज रहे हो, वापस घूम के कोलकाता आना चाहोगे क्या? नहीं ना, वही फंडा है. गॉट इट? 1-4 नहीं जा सकते. बॉल रोल आउट करेगा. बॉल विल रोल एंड रीच द टॉप पोजीशन. ओनली. तो वापस तुम कोलकाता नहीं आओगे ना, इसीलिए. ठीक है. सो यू हैव टू पॉसिबली क्रॉस इट यूजिंग समथिंग लाइक, कुछ और से क्रॉस करना पड़ेगा. यू हैव टू क्रॉस इट, instead of 1 you have to mark it something else, or probably you have to use another visited matrix. Right? 1,4 से 1,0 कैसे चला गया? 1,4 से 1,0, क्योंकि ये बॉल जब ऐसे रोल करेगा, it'll reach here. That's why. If it rolls like this, it will end up reaching here. That's why. क्लियर है? Has everyone understood this? कोई भी पाथ पॉसिबल है कि नहीं? यू डोंट नीड शॉर्टेस्ट पाथ. अगर घूम फिर के तुम पहुंच गए सारा रास्ता ट्राई करके तो यस है. और तुम घूम फिर के पहुंच गए तो ये हो गया. मैं एक बार 30 सेकेंड्स का वो लगा देता हूँ. 30 सेकेंड भी डिले लगा दिया. क्लियर हो गया? इज इट क्लियर? नो नो नो. कार्तिक, यू विल नॉट मार्क इंटरमीडिएट पॉइंट्स विजिटेड. यू विल नॉट मार्क इंटरमीडिएट पॉइंट्स विजिटेड. दैट्स अ फंडा. ठीक है? यू विल नॉट मार्क इंटरमीडिएट. Yes, we cannot. Yeah, Himangi, if you do not, if that's empty, you cannot reach it. ठीक है? समझ में आ गया सबको? Can I get a UQ from everyone out there? कितने लोग UQ बोल रहे हैं? Explain dry run again. Dry run. अरे यार तुम लोग ना. थोड़ा सा ये अलग कर लेते हैं तो फिर समझ में आ जाएगा. Let's keep a visited matrix this time different so that you understand everything. I took a same visited matrix, so confusion हो गया, but ठीक है. Okay, everyone has understood by the way. देखो मैं बहुत जल्दी से बता रहा हूँ जिनको नहीं है समझ में. देखो क्यों था, क्यों में ये बंदा है तो 0,4. ओके, सो मेक इट मार्केट एज विजिटेड, राइट? नेक्स्ट 0,4. if you start from here you can go up to here, you can go up to here, right? So put these two guys in the queue. That's 0,3 and 2,4. so this guy and this guy will be put and they will be marked as visited. Got it? Next, get 0,3. 0,3 can go up to here and this guy he will. कोलकाता वापस थोड़ी आएगा, कोलकाता से ही तो निकला था, अब कोलकाता वापस थोड़ी जाएगा, तो ये लेफ्ट पे जाएगा नहीं, सिर्फ इट विल गो डाउन. सो 1,3 again market is visited. Next 2,4. where's 2,4? here. पहुंचेगा इधर बट ये कोलकाता है, कोलकाता वापस नहीं आएगा. यहाँ नहीं जा सकता, यहाँ नहीं जा सकता, नीचे नहीं जा सकता, तो ये बंदा कहीं नहीं जाएगा. नेक्स्ट 1,3. where's 1,3? यहाँ पे, यहाँ पे 1,3 यहाँ आ सकते हैं, which is 1,4 can come here, which is again 1,0 and नीचे नहीं ऊपर भी नहीं क्योंकि फिर से कोलकाता नहीं आएगा. So in this way you can keep on doing. In this way you can keep on doing. Got it? अब तो आ गया होगा समझ में भाई. अब मैं आगे जा रहा हूँ. I'm moving to code. Because a lot of people will be like क्या कर रहा है, बहुत टाइम हो गया कोड पे. चलो let's move to the code. ठीक है, let's move to the code. So I can say that I can have n equal to maze dot size. I can have m equal to maze 0 dot size, right? That's something which I can definitely have. We can definitely have, and we have the starting point and we have the destination, correct? So what I require is I require the starting point in the queue. So now you can keep have a queue of pair, and you can say queue dot push, and you can probably keep a pair of start of 0. I think the element is start of 1. Okay, you can definitely keep this, and you can create a visited matrix of nm, and you can just mark it as something like mem set visited 0 and a false or 0. But make sure visit of start of 0 Kolkata is marked as visited. Kolkata is marked as visited. Okay, so Kolkata is marked as visited. Now it's time that you just start off q.empty. You just start off q.empty, and I can say you are initially at q.front dot first, and you are initially at q.front dot second. Okay, now what do you require? You have to either go on that direction. So I'll just copy paste super quick. लिखने का मन नहीं है तो कॉपी पेस्ट कर लिया. I just copy pasted it. Now what you will do is, yes, what you will do is you will say q.pop. Just make sure if this x is equal to your destination and y is equal to destination, that means you have reached. That means you have reached. Now, do you just move one step down? No. Instead of that, you keep on moving. Yes, you keep on moving. So remember this. Instead of doing this, what you do is x plus dxy, is it greater than 0, like greater than equal to 0, and y plus dy index, or probably what you can do is इसको move करा ही लेते हैं. चलो move करा ही लेते हैं. Let's keep new x as this, let's keep new y as this. ठीक है. एंड चलो एक काम करते हैं, हम बोलते हैं न्यू x को भाई तू मूव कराते जा जब तक तू ग्रेटर देन 0 है, एंड यू आर समथिंग लाइक लेसर देन n, and new y is greater than equal to 0, and new y. स्लो मोड ऑन करना पड़ा यार. I cannot help यार. It was too much man. People were like unnecessarily spamming man. Cannot help. Okay, so what I have to do is, if that's the case, yes, if that's the case, and I have to definitely check if array क्या था वो केस. if that's the case, मतलब 0 0 0 है, तो अपन क्या करेंगे. if that's the case, and matrix का नाम क्या है, maze, and the maze is having something like a new x new y as 0, then I can just keep on moving them. New x plus equal to dx by index, and new y plus equal to dy by index. You can put together with me, by the way. At the end of the day, yes, at the end of the day, you know, you would have stopped at a boundary. That's very obvious. Either you have crossed the boundary, like either you would have crossed the boundary, or you would have stopped at a 1. Like after this line, you are sure either you have crossed boundary or stopped at 1, right? That is why the while loop will be false. The while loop will only be false if you cross the boundary or you stop at somewhere where there is a wall. So just make sure you reduce 1. Just make sure you reduce 1, because you would have crossed. Come back to the 0th position. Come back to the 0th position. क्योंकि cross हो गया होगा. Come back to the 0th position. Okay. Now what you will do is, right after this, if visited, yes, if visited of new x, पहले कोलकाता visit हुआ है क्या? पहले कोलकाता visit किए हैं क्या कभी? अगर नहीं, if it is new, if it's no, you haven't visited, so you will say, okay, कर लेते हैं कोलकाता visit. Let's visit Kolkata, and at the same time, let's take this guy, like Mumbai visit किए क्या? Let's visit Mumbai, and let's take this guy and say new y and push it. Okay, so that's what I'll do. And I think if the queue becomes empty, that means I never reached my position, and hence I can return a false. I think that should be the code. Yeah, I think that should be the code. Looks good to me. Should work. सह लेंगे थोड़ा, गलती हुआ. Oh. Code slower. Why will I code slower? Okay, तो फटाफट देख लेते कहाँ गलती हुआ. let's see if I can debug this now, or else I'll just move on to teaching. Like if I can debug it in couple of minutes, it's okay. I'm not sure if memset is working fine, but yeah, 0403 आया, तो नीचे गया ही नहीं. The queue did not take a down portion. Why? Why will it not take a down portion? It's very important to understand. Why did it not take a down portion? It's very important to understand. Okay. Okay. This is true. ये 04 new x once came as ऊपर नहीं गया होगा तो 14 पे आ गया होगा. ठीक है, ये 04 पे रह रहा है. 24 पे तो गया है. विजिटेड का ही दिक्कत है. दिस इज द प्रॉब्लम. Yeah, the memset was not working over here. I'm not sure why memset did not work, but yeah, memset is not working. Not my mistake, man. Not my mistake. I wrote correct code. I wrote correct code. If memset did not work, what can I do? I wrote correct code once, correct code. Cool. कुछ मैंने गलत लिख दिया होगा. साइज ऑफ विजिटेड लिखना था. या आई रोट द रॉन्ग इंटेक्स. अच्छा, memset did work. I wrote the wrong syntax. Someone did pointed me out that in the chat. Thank you. Yeah, and this will be this. I think ये काम कर जाएगा. I wrote the wrong syntax. Yeah, size was wrong. Thank you. Again, लीड कोड लिखते हैं यहाँ पे भी. नशा तो अभी भी किया हुआ है लीड कोड में. कोई 5 पे चल जाता है, कभी नहीं चलता है. Forget about this. Okay, cool. Is it clear? Yeah, this is the best time complexity that you can get. Like I don't see like probably you can do some pre-computation. I'm not sure if you can do some pre-computation. I have to think on that. But yeah, like even if you do some pre-computation, where's the last point that you can go? Going down. I don't think that. We can go and read on the discussion. I'm not sure if there is a pre-computation. I don't think. I think everyone has done this only. जावा का solution कुछ भी देखता हूँ ना, यही किया सबने. while chill while ही किया सारे. It is while only. Okay, understood everyone? Has everyone understood? कोड समझाना है, क्या समझाना है? नहीं समझ में आया कोड. ये देखो, at the first I got nm. Okay, right after that what I did was sorry. Let me explain you the code. So what did I do? I took an nm, then I took a queue of pair. Yes, I took a queue of pair. Right after that I did a queue.push start of 0 and start of 1 because that's a starting position. Then I made everyone marked as unvisited. Then I just made sure that the starting index is marked as visited. Once I've done that, then I just started the BFS. I took an element. If that's the end, then I can say, okay, I have reached my end. Or else, charo direction I will go. Over here, roll. All the direction. I just rolled in all the direction. जब तक boundary cross नहीं होता या फिर wall नहीं आता. इधर wall पे हो तुम, boundary पे हो, कहीं पे हो. तो एक माइनस कर दिया क्योंकि वॉल से पीछे आ जा, बाउंड्री से अंदर आ जा. अंदर आने के बाद देखा क्या पहले कोई आया है, मुंबई पहले कोई आया है, गोवा पहले कोई आया नहीं आया, तब भाई चलो मैं चलता हूँ, चल जाऊंगा एंड पुश कर दूंगा. क्योंकि अगर कोई पहले आके एक्सप्लोर, इफ समवन हैज कम एंड एक्सप्लोर्ड there's no meaning you come and explore it again, isn't it? If someone has explored that already, there's absolutely no meaning that you come again and explore. Got it? Someone is asking why deducting. Because see, what's the while loop? While loop says keep on moving till you don't cross a boundary. Like the opposite of these cases is either you cross the boundary or either the maze is a wall. Then only you will. So तुम कहीं wall पे होगे नहीं तो boundary के बाहर होगे, तो एक पीछे करके आना पड़ेगा ना, because तुम तो पूरा move कर दे रहे हो. Clear? Is it clear? Clear to everyone? Clear to everyone? Clear to everyone? Can I get a UQ from everyone? Can I get a UQ from everyone? Can I get a UQ from everyone? Everyone? Okay, perfect. So these two, we have done 3 problems as I promised. As I promised the other day, we have done 3 problems on BFS, and I hope BFS is now absolutely clear. BFS clear होगा, ठीक है? अब yes, matrix is all about deducting. I've told you, Ankit. Go back and watch it out. Okay, so now we'll move across. I'll move across to something which is known as cycle detection. And this we will be learning in directed graph. We will be learning in undirected graph, and we will be doing that using DFS and BFS. So I'll be back in 1 minute. ठीक है, मैं 1 मिनट में आया, मैं 1 मिनट में आया, ठीक है? I'll be back in 1 minute. मैं इसको यहाँ पे रख देता हूँ. I just went to take this and I'll eat. I'm very thirsty. Okay, let's get started. I'm gonna read about directed graph. Okay, I'm gonna read about directed graph. Now what's a cycle? Let's understand. Now graphs can be of multiple types, right? Graphs can be of multiple kinds. Now assume over here I have something like this. Over here I have something like this, and then I have something like this. Then I have something like this. Now this is a graph. Yes, this is a graph, but it does not have a cycle. This is an undirected graph which does not have a cycle. Got it? चकना लाने गए थे. I'm very hungry actually. I did not take my dinner. सोचा 10 से 12 क्लास खत्म हो जाएगा तो मैं खा लूँगा क्या? कोई नहीं. It's an undirected graph with no cycle. No cycle. Okay. And if I draw this, I will say it's an undirected graph with a cycle. Got it? So how can you write a function? How can you write a function that tells me that yes, there is a cycle? No, there is not a cycle. बहुत भूख लगा है मेरे को एक्चुअली, ये बहुत भूख लगा है एक्चुअली मेरे को, क्योंकि आई हैव बीन वर्किंग फ्रॉम मॉर्निंग 11. It's almost now 13 hours that I'm working. So yeah, that's why. Okay, so how will you detect if there is a cycle or not? Any idea? How will you detect if there is a cycle or not? Any idea? Can you tell me how will you detect if there is a cycle or not? Tell me. It's very simple. It's very simple. Don't you think? If you're doing a DFS, like normal, let's talk about the intuition. Don't you think if you're doing a DFS, you are here, you mark it as visited. Over 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 here, you mark it as visited. So, can't you say that from here you cannot go anywhere? So, in the DFS path, while traveling, you did not find a node which was previously visited. Hence, you can easily say that this graph does not have a cycle. This graph does not have a cycle. Can you definitely say that? Yeah, I can definitely say that. That's absolutely correct. Or can I say, if I take this cyclic graph, then visit, 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 visit. Now, whenever you add 5, you're saying right after that there is an element which is previously visited. Why is it previously visited? Because घूम फिर के आया हूं ना, घूम फिर के पहुंच गया जहां से शुरू किया था. That means it's visited, right? Isn't it? Got it? अरे बिगर ग्राफ क्या, बड़ा ग्राफ लेके क्या मतलब, कॉन्सेप्ट समझो यार. Did you understand that? Did you understand this? Like if I take a graph like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably 6 is here, 7, 8, and something like this. So if I'm running a DFS, visit, 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 come back, visit, 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 and you see that in the forward direction, there is someone who is already visited. Let me explain you again. Visit, forward, visit, forward, visit, forward, visit, forward, visit. Now it's over. Backtrack, forward, visit, forward, visit, forward, visit, forward. Someone else is already visited, hence a cycle. Got the concept? Have you got the concept? Have you got the concept? Like, sorry, have you understood the concept? Understood the concept, guys? How to do this? समझ में आ गया ना? Right? So for multiple components, in a component you will run a DFS, in the other component you will run a DFS. If any of the component gives a cycle, it's a cycle. It can be extended to multiple components too. Assume a graph like this. So when you run a DFS on this, no cycle. But the moment you run a DFS on this, a cycle. Got it? No, you cannot find all the cycles. That's not possible. It's not possible to find all the cycles. It's not possible to find all the cycles. That's not possible, guys. Yeah, BFS and DFS both will work. Now, it's very important. Let me tell you a secret. It's very important. Now, whenever you are here. The moment you are standing at 2, can you tell me what will be the 2's adjacent nodes? In the adjacency list that I taught you yesterday, 2's adjacent nodes will be 1, 3, 4, right? Sorry, 2's adjacent node, like if you have done this and you are standing here, 2's adjacent node will be 1, 8 and 3. So how will you know that this one is on the back of 2? How will you know that this one is on the back of 2? How will you know that? Whenever you add 2 and you're wanting to move ahead, how will you know that this one is at the back? You have to carry a parent kind of thing. is you have to carry a parent kind of thing. Let me explain you. Let's start. DFS of 1 comma 0, node comma parent. You will carry node comma parent. Okay, so what I will do is 1 comma 0, so mark it as visited. Okay, next go to the adjacent of 1. Adjacent of 1 is 2. The moment you are going to 2, tell 2, oh भाई सुन, तेरा जो बाप था ना, तेरा बाप वो 1 था, your parent is 1, बाप को लेके चल अपने साथ. मैं बोलूँगा हाँ भाई पापा चलो, पापा मेरे साथ चलो. तो when I'm at 2 now, 2 says मेरा एडजेसेंट 1 है. 1 बोलेगा ओए बापू पीछे मत, आगे जा, तू आगे जा, पीछे क्या है रे, आई एम योर फादर, डोंट कम बैक. सो आई विल से आयो 1 की तरफ देखना भी नहीं है. 2 बोलेगा ओके, I'll just go to 3. Now when I go to 3, I'll say oh भाई ओए अब मैं तेरा बापू. Okay, I reach 3. Now at 3 says my adjacent nodes are 2, 5, 4. 2 बोलेगा ओए बापू मैं, पीछे मत आना, आगे जा. अबे ठीक है आगे चलो. 4 will say my father is 3. At 4 I see that hey 3 is an adjacent node, but ये तो बाप है, पीछे नहीं आना है. He is not, we will not come back, indeed we'll go front, so we will go front. DFS of 6 comma 4. At 6 we will say बाप ही सिर्फ है adjacent और कोई नहीं है. There is only one guy who's adjacent, that's बाप, and there is no one else. It's not a cycle क्योंकि बाप है, बाप adjacent जो कि पहले से visited है, ये बाप adjacent है जो पहले से visited है. So it's not a cycle. So what I'll do is I'll say hey I did not find a cycle, you need to go back. So I return a false saying hey I did not get a cycle, can you please go back. Now this 4 visited its adjacents and it did not find a cycle, that's why it got a false. So he will also say let's return a false. Right now 3 will say ओ भाई एक बच्चे के पास मैं जाके आ चुका हूं, वो बोला उसको साइकिल नहीं मिला, दूसरे बच्चे के पास चलते हैं. आई विल लाइक चलो. सो DFS will say दूसरे बच्चे के पास चलते हैं, which is 5. एक बच्चे से साइकिल नहीं मिला, दूसरे बच्चे के पास गए. Next 5 will say I have a 7, so I will go to 7. 7 comma 5. 7 will say I'll go to 8. 8 comma 7. 8 will say 7 is my adjacent. वो बोलेगा ओए बापू मैं तेरा, आगे देख. 8 जैसे आगे देखा 2, ओ भाई ये मेरा बच्चा है जो पहले से किसी ने छू के रखा है, that means किसी और का बच्चा है कि नहीं, that means I got a cycle. Right? Have you got this? Whenever you get someone's baap as your beta, this was someone's baap, right? You got as your beta, that is your cycle. Have you understood this? So the moment you get it as cycle, 8 says oh भाई cycle मिल गया रे, cycle मिल गया मुझे, return true. एक साइकिल मिलता ही ट्रू भेजते जाओ, ट्रू, ये भी ट्रू भेजेगा. ये 3 बोला ये बच्चा नालायक निकला, he did not get me a cycle. ये बच्चा तो बड़ा होशियार निकला, साइकिल दे दिया, मुझे तो एक ही साइकिल चाहिए था, I just needed one cycle. So let's go back as true. एक ही तो साइकिल चाहिए, let's go back as true. So I got a cycle. Understood everyone? Did everyone understood this? Why are you not using visited, using बाप concept? If you have a visited, how will you know बेटा है या बाप है? इधर खड़े हो, I need someone who is on the forward direction path, not in the backward direction path. Because if you are standing at 8, for 8 this guy is already visited, so you cannot use the visited concept. Because ये बंदा और ये बंदा तुम डिफरेंशिएट कैसे करोगे कि ऐसा जर्नी है, तुम डिफरेंशिएट कैसे करोगे कि जर्नी ऐसा है और इसमें ये विजिटेड है, हाउ विल यू डिफरेंशिएट? ऐसे तो तुम फिर 6 पे खड़े होके बोलोगे 4 तो एडजेसेंट है, विजिटेड है, बोल दे साइकिल है, नहीं ना. Understood? Cycle detection using BAP algorithm. Arun, in this algorithm, how to find all nodes which are part of the form cycle? Not, not required. Not required. Don't worry. These kind of things are not required. At least in my 5 years experience, I have not been I haven't encountered any question when someone says, "भाई सारा cycle में part बता." जरूरत नहीं पड़ता. ठीक है? Okay, everyone has understood. So I will try to now code this. I'll try to code this, and I'll try to code it here only. Okay? I'll not use there. I'll try to code here so that I can explain using the dry run. Okay? So what I'll do is I will say DFS of node and the parent. I'll say DFS of the node as well as the parent. And right, I come to a node. I'll say, hey, visit it. Hey, visit it. I'll take an example and I'll explain. Don't worry, I'll take an example and I'll explain. So next, I will say for auto of IT for each loop on adjacence of node. And तभी I'll do a recursion call अगर ये मेरा बेटा पहले से visited नहीं है. अगर बेटा पहले से visited नहीं है तो ही recursion call करेंगे. And what will be the recursion call? That will be DFS of IT. IT is the child and इस child का बाप कौन होगा? Node. Called it, right? Now don't you think एक बेटा को बोला, ओए बेटा साइकिल खोज के ला. If this beta says, भाई पापा साइकिल मिल गया, I got a cycle. If this beta is going and getting a cycle, like in this case, when this beta went to 5-3, right, it got a cycle. True, true, true. So if this 5-3 is returning a true, can I say this guy will also return a true? अगर कोई भी बच्चा, if any of the adjacent nodes returns you a true, so can I say that I can say that there is a cycle? Yes. If any of the adjacent nodes, if any of the calls return a true, then I can say that it's a cycle and I can return a true. What's the other case? If it's visited, if it's or else, if it's visited IT false, if this guy is false, if this if condition doesn't executes, then I'll come to else if. That means visited is already true. That means visited is already true. अब बस एक ही चीज देखना है. Visited is true. बाप तो नहीं है मेरा. एंड अगर बाप नहीं है, ओ भाई कोई पहले से किसी और का बाप है, तो भाई साहब रिटर्न ट्रू, राइट? एंड if after this entire for loop is executed, I say कोई भी बच्चा समझ रहे, कोई भी बच्चा ट्रू नहीं भेज पाया मेरे को, समझो, कोई भी बच्चा मेरे को ट्रू नहीं भेज पाया, then after this for loop what will I do? I'll say कोई भी बच्चा, सब नालायक, false. Understood? Have you understood this? By the way? Has everyone understand that? That's the complete code. आया क्या समझ में? Has everyone understood this? No, IT not equal to parent. नोड पे हो, यू आर एट अ नोड का IT, ये बंदा पेरेंट नहीं होना चाहिए. सही है? No, Dhananjay, it's correct. Someone tell Saurabh what is UQ. UQ is understood question. Hey, understood question नहीं होगा. Understood solution. हाँ ठीक है, चलो understood UQ. Understood, हाँ. UQ, right? Okay. Clear to everyone? Adjacent node parent तो नहीं है, ये चेक कहाँ कर रहे हो? एलसिफ पे अरुण एलसिफ देखो, अगर बंदा विजिटेड है तो मुझे देखना होगा कि आगे का बंदा है या पीछे का। तो एलसिफ पे मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि अगर विजिटेड है, पेरेंट तो नहीं है, पीछे का बंदा तो नहीं है, नहीं है तो भाई साइकिल है। Yeah, I'll end this, I'll complete cycle detection फिर end करेंगे। So tomorrow I cannot solve problems था। Yeah, I'll do cycle detection in directed also now। Okay, so how can you do this using BFS? Can we apply the same logic using BFS too? Can we apply the same logic using BFS too? BFS जब जा रहे हैं, same logic, can we apply the same logic using BFS? I'll write the code of BFS in my Sublime। Like if I do a so BFS solver, BFS cycle checker I can write. Can I apply the same logic in this BFS also? Yes. Probably I can keep a visited guy, something like this, and I can definitely say something like for remember you have to do it for all components. Remember you have to do it for all components. So I say if visited of I is equal to 0, then I can say if BFS of I is equal to true cycle है तो BFS cycle, if there is, I can mark flag as true and I can break out. At the end, if flag is true, I can say no cycle, right? Now how to write BFS? Very simple, same logic BFS cycle, IND node, you'll take a queue, बाप बेटा, what's a बाप बेटा, node and initially -1 or 0, whatever you want to write it, and you can say visited of node is equal to 1, and then you can just loop through while queue not empty, and you can say int node is equal to queue dot front dot first, parent is equal to queue dot front dot second, and then you can do a queue dot pop. Right after that, what you can do is you can just iterate on the adjacent nodes, which is adjacent node. अभी भी WhatsApp up नहीं हुआ क्या? Is the WhatsApp not up yet? The visited of ID is false or 0. You can say queue dot push it, which is the ye and bap, and visited of it is equal to 1. And if else if the same logic, else if the it is visited and it is not equal to bap, then I can say that hey listen, it's a true, or else like you can keep on going and at the end you can return a false. BFS आगे समझ? Have you understood BFS? Have you understood BFS वाला cycle भी? So for component, please make sure DFS में भी you have to write like this. In DFS also you have to write like this. Is it clear? Facebook DNS no longer exists. What are you saying? What are you saying? Facebook engineers तो आज तो उनका दिन खराब होगा भाई। क्या हुआ है ये? गंदा। The engineers का तो मतलब बहुत लोग फायर होंगे आज। I'll fire a lot of engineers, I guess. This is a major crash, man. Millions of loss. Clear है? Is it clear? Is it clear? Okay. Clear to everyone? Try write code to make FB up. कुछ भी यहाँ पे लिख देता हूँ, रिटर्न ट्रू, FB चल जा, क्या मतलब कुछ भी। Have you understood the question? Have you understood the question, guys? tomorrow we will do topological sort, and then we will solve some problems on topological sort. Yeah, we'll solve some problems on wonderful topological sort. अरे ठीक है आदित्य ओपी, दैट्स ओके आदित्य ओपी, दैट्स ओके, बट आप मुझे भी ओपी बोल दो, हमें भी अच्छा लगेगा। रात तक पढ़ा रहे हैं हम, कंटेंट दे रहे हैं, हम भी इंजीनियर हैं, कोई नहीं सह लेंगे। ओके, लेट्स गो। सो नाउ लेट्स डू इट। हाउ डू यू डिटेक्ट साइकिल in DG, which is directed graph? So नहीं आज के लिए ये लास्ट टॉपिक, प्लीज लास्ट टॉपिक, प्लीज लास्ट टॉपिक, प्लीज bear with me, last topic. I need to complete this. भाई अच्छा टाइम है, स्टॉक्स खरीद लो फेसबुक के फेसबुक के स्टॉक्स खरीद लो। मतलब अभी 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 क्या स्टॉक एक्सचेंज खुला है क्या उनका? यूएस स्टॉक एक्सचेंज खुला हुआ है क्या अभी? नॉट श्योर। डायरेक्ट इज आल्सो डाउन। Okay, so yeah, I'll cover articulation. I have 7 days. We're just into 2 days. We're just done with 2 days, man. I'll cover Dijkstra. I'll specifically cover Dijkstra 1 day, DSU 1 day, minimum spanning tree 1 day. So 3 days to that, or 3 days to us pe jayega. Kal it'll be toposort and all these shits around bipartite and all. Okay. So tell me one thing. जिनको जो लोग थक गए बाद में देख लेना. How do you detect cycles in directed graph? Can you tell me? How do you detect cycles in directed graph? Will a visited work? That's my question. Will a visited work? Let's understand. Will it work or not? Now, just imagine if you use visited, what will happen? Let's understand. If you use, does this graph have a cycle? Does this graph have a cycle? And if it has, which one is the cycle? If it has, which one is the cycle? Can you tell me? अगर है तो कौन सा cycle है? If there is a cycle, which one is the cycle? Can you quickly tell me which one is the cycle? If there is a cycle. Yeah, over here there's a cycle 9, 10, 11. This is not a cycle. This is not a cycle because it's directed. It's not a cycle. This is not a cycle. This is not a cycle. You need to understand this is not a cycle. But if you apply the previous logic, yes, if you apply the previous logic, let's see what happens. Visited, 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 visited. Go back, go back, go back, go back, come here, visited, and it finds someone who is an adjacent node is visited. So don't you think the previous method will fail? Don't you think the previous method will fail because it's a directed graph? Did you understand where the previous method will fail? Did you understand where the previous method will fail? You understand where the previous method will fail? If you can tell me yes, then I'll move across and tell you how to make sure that this works fine. Because why did it fail? Because visit. It was not on this path. This path is over, so you can take it off. So it will come back and it will be something like सिर्फ इतना होगा क्योंकि ये वापस आ चुका है. Then it should have gone, right? Then it should have gone. So it's not on the same path. It's not on the same path. Hence it did fail. It's not on the same path. Hence it did fail. So how will you make sure? Now one of the ways that you can do is you will say, hey Striver, let's perform like this. Visit, 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 come back, unvisit, 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 come back, visit, 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 come back, unvisit, 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 go, visit, something like this. Or probably if I just change this, then what will happen? Visit, again, visit, 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 visit. So don't you think if you try to unmark it, you are again visiting those paths which definitely did not give you a cycle. Like for an example, you ended up visiting 6 again, 7 again, and assume there were like further ahead nodes. तो तुम दो बार विजिट करते, एक बार ऐसे आके विजिट करते एंड फिर एक बार ऐसे आके करते. सो यू आर ऑल्सो अननेसेसरली विजिटिंग दैट. क्योंकि एक बात बताओ, when it went in this direction, it did not find a cycle on this portion, right? So will it make sense to again go from here? Because I am sure ये बंदा इधर से जब गया इसको साइकिल नहीं मिला, मैं इधर से जाऊंगा तो मुझे भी नहीं मिलेगा. So does it make sense to go on that direction? Does it make sense to go on that direction? Tell me that. Will it make sense to go on that direction? Tell me that. बंदा इधर से इधर गया, इसको साइकिल नहीं मिला, हमें वापस इधर से के assume there was a larger section of nodes over here. Will it make sense? Will it make sense? Will it make sense? Will it make sense? Because when I go from here, I did not get a cycle. So why should I go beyond this? There's no reason of going across this. Understood? Okay. So this is the reason what we will do is, we will try to maintain couple of visited arrays. One for the first use case, which prevents us from going in a direction where someone else has already visited. That's why we'll maintain two visited arrays. One is That's why we'll maintain two visited arrays. One is the first visited array, which prevents you from going in a direction where someone else has gone. While the second one is the unmarked guy. Yes, is the unmarked guy that you are talking about. The second one is the unmarked guy that you are talking about. Got it? So let's see. How will I do this? Let's see. So, one, visit, two, visit, three, visit, four, visit, five, visit, six, visit, seven, visit. Now, when you come back, yes, it's very important to understand. Now, when you come back, it's very important that you unmark this, this guy, because this visited is taking care of the path, and this guy is saying yahan pehle koi aa chuka hai, someone else has came up over here, there's absolutely no need of coming again and again and again. So what we will do is, now we'll go back to 6, unvisit, go back to 5, unvisit, go back to 4, unvisit, go back to 3, but 3 will not be marked as unvisited because it still has a guy to whom he will visit. It still has a guy who he has to visit. So what I will do is, I will go to this guy, 8, visit. Then the moment I want to go to 6, it says पहले कोई आ चुका है. But क्या इसी path में? Is it on the same path? No, it's not on the same path. It's on some different path that someone else had come. It's on some different path because it's not on the current path. Hence I will say it's not a cycle, and I'll also say कोई आके जा चुका है, अब तुम मत आओ, तुम चले जाओ. So I'll now go back. When I go back, I'll unmark 8. I'll unmark 3 also, and I'll go back. So I'll unmark 2 also, and I'll go back, and I'll unmark 1. So everyone will be unmarked, and we are done. Now, this is a component. You need to understand, this is a component. No, not a component, like this is a part where DFS will work. For this guy to visit, I have to start the DFS from 9 because it's the opposite direction. I have to again start the DFS from 9 क्योंकि ये वाला ऐसे गया, ऐसे आया, ऐसे गया, फिर चला गया, तो ये 9 पे आया ही नहीं. You have to come to 9. We have to come to 9. Do you understand that? You have to come to 9, right? So now what I will do is, yes, now what I will do is, I'll start from 9. Visit, visit. Now when 9 tries to go to 2, when 9 tries to go to 2, this says पहले कोई visit कर चुका है. Someone else has done this, and you know this has been visited. So पहले कोई कर चुका है, इस पाथ पे नहीं, इस पाथ पे नहीं, कोई और. So it's not a cycle, but you no need to go because they did not find a cycle. So I'll say okay, I'll not go. So I'll come to 10 and I'll say 10 visit, 10 visit. 10 is visited. I'll go to 11, 11 visit, 11 visit. The moment I am at 11, 11 says my adjacent is 9, which is marked in both, which means पहले कोई किया है but इसी path में, on the same path. Someone has done this previously, but on the same path. Someone has done this previously, but on the same path. I hope you understand this. I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Has everyone understood this? Someone has done this, but on the same path itself. Hence, I can call this as a cycle. Clear? Is it clear? Is it clear? UQ? Clear है सबको? Nice, nice. I'll just quickly code it and then I'll end it up. I'll just quickly code it and end it up. Right? Yes, 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 Kritik, yes. So everyone has understood this, right? So I'll just quickly code it because we are running out of time. Let's quickly code it. So again, similar way, void DFS cycle checker. You can try all these problems at Lead Code, GFG, Coding Ninjas, wherever you want to try it out. That's your choice. I leave that to you. I'll leave that to you. Where do you want to try it out? Something like this and something like path visit. Where do you want to try it out? That's your choice. I'm leaving that to you. Similarly, you can write it like this. Same concept you can write. Okay. Same concept you can write instead of this can be DFS cycle and DG, directed graph. DFS cycle DG. So let's write a boolean DFS cycle DG. You can keep a node and what you can do is visit node equal to 1 and a path visit node equal to 0. So equal to 1. And you know when you go back, path visit node will be false and return a false because it did not find a cycle. Right? But over here, what else you'll do? You will say let's go across to all his children. Same to previous, let's go across to all the children. If the children is not visited, I can say let's visit. So on this visit, yes, on this DFS cycle DG visit, on the IT, if it throws a true, which means it's a cycle, I will return a true. Or else if, sorry, not on this else if, on this else if the visited is true, okay, and the path visited is also true, I can say if both are true, let's return a true, or else backtrack, Similar concept, just added couple of more lines. Instead of parent check, I'm saying isi path mein and why backtrack. Yes or no? Look, थक गए होंगे. I understand that. I hope you are appreciating. I'm doing a live stream at 12:30 am in the morning. Oh goodness gracious. You can also do BFS. Same way you can do a BFS. BFS will be the same version. Like if I just write the BFS, it will be the same version. Probably you can write it on yourself. You can write it on yourself, right? BFS now. Can you write it on yourself? BFS में थोड़ा दिक्कत होगा क्योंकि थोड़ा सा बहुत ज़्यादा दिमाग लगाना होगा. So you can keep it like this because in BFS backtracking का concept नहीं होता है, right? In BFS there is no backtracking concept, so there will be a problem. It's not on the same path, so there will be a problem. Line 162, can you explain? See, this is when you come back. This is when you come back. The logic that I told, na, this is when you come back. See, this portion. When you're like coming back and you're marking it as false, marking it as false. So you have to return a false also, no? No cycle, no cycle, no cycle, no cycle. And you have to return a false, right? If you're getting a cycle, then you return a true. Correct? You negated the condition. Did I do that? Yeah, that's correct, right? It should be. This visit is okay. This is a different one. This is a different one. This is okay. Line कौन सा वाला negated 152 पे गलत लिख दिया क्या? हाँ. Sorry, my bad. So, did you understand everything today? Did you understand everything today for everyone who is stuck until here? 2 मिनट बात करते हैं फिर चलते हैं. Did you understand everything that I've taken up till now? Everything? इतना गलत टाइम. अरे जीमेल अकाउंट भी मेरे नाम पे बनाते हो. पढ़ाई कर लो इतना टाइम पे. सुहास पता है फेसबुक डाउन है. आई नो दैट. I don't know stack and binary tree. No. You have to know those things. Then come up. I hope you enjoyed it. So the only thing that you can do is probably you can definitely follow me at all my socials. I go by the name Striver79. You can follow me at all the socials, and if you're posting anywhere, make sure you tag me on LinkedIn or Twitter, wherever you want to do it. If you're posting something, if you're enjoying this, make sure you tag, share, and do whatever you want to do it. But yeah, please do share. Okay. Cool guys, explain one more last. ना कल अब वापस देख लेना. I'm done man, I'm done. YouTube also down. नहीं YouTube तो चल रहा है. Okay guys, bye bye. Take care. Good night. I'll be ending up the stream. Yeah. कोड शेयर कर देना. रुको मैं अभी दे देता हूँ. बाद में बोलो मैं कोड नहीं देता. रुको. कुछ नहीं. ID1 खोल रहा हूँ. ID1 से ना एक कॉपी पेस्ट कर देना. कोड दे रहा हूँ लोगों को. I'll just share the ID1 link. You can get the code. ठीक है. Here's the ID1 link. Practice यही practice करो. Cycle detection. Did the link go, guys? Did you are you able to see the link? Are you able to see the link? Are you able to see the link? ये जा नहीं रहा है क्यों यार. ये स्लो मोड कुछ ज्यादा है. मेरे को स्लो मोड भी आ रहा है. मेरे को भी स्लो मोड आ रहा है. जा. लिंक विजिबल? नो. Here goes the link. यहाँ रहा. ये रहा. इसको ऑन मतलब अपने इस पे ये ऑन कर दो. ये वाला ये देखो. ये वाला. Just open this on your browser, you'll get it. Just open this on your browser, you'll get it. Open this on your browser, you'll get it. ठीक है. EVL H4E. Open this on your browser, you'll get it. Okay, guys, bye bye.